Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to News and Views on Salam Media with me, Aisha Kaji, your host this week. We have been talking to Firdaus Bulbulia, the wonderful filmmaker and activist who often wears Keffiyeh outfits. And now we're very, very honored to welcome onto the show Kouthar, a Somali South African or Somali living in South Africa, I'm not quite sure which, an active member of the Wits PSC who actually makes garments out of keffiyeh. Assalamu alaikum to you, Kouthar, and welcome.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you for being with us. Tell me, what inspired you to make these outfits out of keffiyeh?
For myself, the Palestinian struggle is not a trend but an identity because it represents a long standing and deeply rooted struggle for justice, human rights, and civilization. Whereas, unlike trends, which are often short lived and superficial, the Palestinian struggle has not just historical and political, as well as significant cultural significance. And since clothing is often characterized as an aspect of identity because they can communicate various things about a person, such as their culture, their social status, personality, as well as interest, I
Mm-hmm,
figured
mm-hmm.
why not incorporate these two sections of my identity, an abaya symbolizing modesty paired with the kafia symbolizing the resistance. I
That's so
believe the
wonderful.
kafia.
Go ahead.
Okay, while the keffiyeh is not popular in some parts of the world, it's not widespread in the rest of the world. I believe that we'll need to see more of the struggle, and wearing this abaya opens up conversations for the keffiyeh itself.
Indeed. And it's an opportunity, like Firdaus was saying, to also educate people who don't know
Yes.
about it. I was at the Johannesburg Festival of Women Writers last week, and I was very touched that many people who are neither Muslim nor Palestinian or Arab are actually wanting to know where they can buy kafiyas and wear them in solidarity. And I put them in touch with people like Wear the Peace, etc. Kauthar, I'm hoping we can play your video showing you making the outfit with the keffiyeh. But while we are talking, I also want to bring up something. I'm not sure if you know. I saw it on my social media feed just last night. A couple of years ago, I think it was 2021, Louis Vuitton, the big company that, of course, we know is on the boycott list because of its
Mhm.
collusion with Israel in many respects. A couple of years ago, they produced a keffiyeh as part of their collection that was selling for some ridiculous amount. I think $700 or something like that.
Mhm.
And instead of the normal olive leaves on the background or the fishnet pattern that Firdaus and I were talking about, they had the Louis Vuitton symbol, and then they had the absolute goal to produce their keffiyeh in the colors of the Israeli flag. There was
Oh wow.
so much pushback against that, they had to withdraw it. But I saw last night that they now have a t shirt with the watermelon symbol incorporated into their Vuitton logo. And I'm hoping that people like the Wits PSC, which you are part of, and other structures in South Africa are going to protest about this because really this is such gross appropriation of a valuable symbol of Palestinian culture and life, wouldn't you say?
I agree. I totally agree. But it's not just Louis Vuitton. I believe every part of Israel is trying to take their identity, Palestinian identity, and incorporate it into Israel.
Hmm.
And they're stealing ideas. I believe that the trend is widespread.
Hmm.
So they're
For
thinking,
example, go
hey,
ahead.
oh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
apologies. They're thinking, hey, since the Palestinian identity is out there and it's getting global support, why not steal the light,
Hmm.
basically?
Hmm. Absolutely. But I really think, we should be working to push back against this kind of cultural appropriation. For example, I know that many, uh, Israelis and Zionists appropriate the food of Palestine, the hummus, the falafel, etc. There was a protest in down in KZN a few months ago when the genocide had just started to actually no longer host a pro-Israeli falafel maker at the Shongweni, the very popular Shongweni market in the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands on the route between Pietermaritzburg and Durban. So these are the kinds of things we should be identifying and actually speaking out again. We're going to actually have to wrap this up quite soon. So I'm going to pass on to you again, Kouthar, to say any last words either about the keffiyeh, your love affair with it, you're incorporating it into your clothing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem we've been able to play that video, but maybe we'll use it in another insert, inshallah. But over to you, and then we'll be going for an ad break.
Oh, thank you. I would say that people need to be wearing it more to bring about this awareness. As Firdaus previously said, that the more we wear it, the more people ask questions about it. And there's this belief that the keffiyeh is only a symbol for men. But the more we wear it, the more others will be able to see, hey, why is she wearing it? Is she not supposed to not wear it? Like in Islam, we're
Mhm,
not supposed to be imitating men. However, once people understand the significance of wearing it, they
mhm.
tend to also join the trend. You see more females wearing it, and it's not
A-
such a taboo topic.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Kauthar. And thank you for being with us. Shukran jazilan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're going to go for an ad break now, and then we'll be talking to Anthea Houston.